Welcome back. Session 5. This is the first session using real video, moving footage of social situations. Up until now, we've worked with text, illustrations, photographs, and audio. Video adds a dimension none of those have: time. Situations unfold, interactions develop, people move and respond to each other. Your anxiety system is going to have a lot more to work with. SUDS check before we begin. Rate your SUDS right now, 0 to 10. Take a breath, set the number, let's go. How your threat detection system reads video differently. Here's something worth understanding before we start. Your threat detection system evolved to read moving social information, the direction of someone's gaze, whether a group is open or closed to a newcomer, the tone underneath what's being said, the split-second shifts in facial expression. Static images give your threat system a snapshot to work with. Video gives it a scene to read in real time, which is much closer to what happens in actual social situations. And that means the anxiety it activates is likely to be more vivid than in previous sessions. That's expected. That's the point of this position in the series. You've built your tolerance enough to stay with this level of stimulus. In this session, you're watching social situations unfold from the outside. You're not the center of attention. You're the observer. But for people with social anxiety, being an observer of social situations is often uncomfortable in its own right, because part of you is always mapping where you'd fit, what role you'd play, how you'd be received. Notice that mapping as it happens. Stay present. The first clip is a couple of friends at a cafe. Easy conversation in the daytime. You're at a table nearby, watching, not a part of it.
I can't believe how warm it is already.
I know, right? Feels like summer came early.
It's perfect. We should come here more often.
Definitely.
Especially if the pastries are this good.
Right? Oh my god, that's actually hilarious.
I swear I'm having anxiety for that. You two are killing me. I can't breathe. Okay, but seriously, we need to do this every week.
What did your brain do during that clip? Did it find a place for you in the scene? Did it assess whether you'd fit in, whether anyone would talk to you, whether you'd be welcome? Social anxiety is always running that scan, even when you're watching other people interact. The question, where would I be in this, is almost always running in the background. Stay with whatever came up. A workplace scene, the informal social world of an office, the conversations between meetings that don't have any obvious rules about how to join them. Watch how naturally these people navigate it. Notice your read of the interaction. Are they a close group? Would there be room for a new person? What does your anxiety predict? A group of friends mid-evening, clearly sharing something good. You're at the edge of the room, just arrived. Watch what your brain does with this one. Does it feel neutral? Does it feel like exclusion? The laughing group is one of the most consistently activating images in the social anxiety library. Even from the outside, even when you're clearly just an observer, it can land like rejection. Stay with it. I want to check in. Just notice, has the discomfort been building through these clips, staying steady, or starting to settle slightly? Whatever the answer, keep going. You're doing the work.
First, clarity in your message. Second, engagement through interaction. And third, the confidence to deliver it all.
I split this one deliberately. First the speaker, someone at ease doing what social anxiety makes feel impossible, then the audience watching them. How does your anxiety respond to that confident presenter and then the room full of people watching? Let that second clip sit for a moment. The work function. Everyone in small clusters. The room where social and professional overlap in a way social anxiety finds particularly hard to navigate. What would it take to step into one of those conversations?
Very promising.
Let's schedule a follow-up.
Perfect. I'll send the details.
What does your anxiety predict would happen if you did? A brief glance. The quick look then look away that happens constantly in public places and that social anxiety often treats as meaningful evidence. They looked. What does your anxiety make of that? Stay with it. That's the session. Rate your SUDS now 0 to 10. Where did you end up compared to where you started? And if this is a repeat run, compare to last time's end rating. What this session was building towards. You've now moved through 5 exposure formats: words, illustrations, photographs, audio, and now video. Each one has been progressively more activating, and you've stayed with all of them. That's real progress, even if it doesn't feel like it yet. What you're doing in these sessions is giving your amygdala repeated experience of social threat cues without anything catastrophic following. Session by session, the peak anxiety gets a little lower. The return to baseline happens a little faster. Session 6 will move to direct gaze, the most intense of the video sessions, people looking straight at you. I'd suggest spending a few runs on this session before moving on to that one. I'll see you in session 6.